Hello everybody, I'm GeoAverage and welcome to the channel. I say everybody with a heavy dose of optimism because this is my first video and I'll be lucky to probably get more than one viewer. But I thought I'd give it a go. I've recently discovered GeoGuessr, very much enjoying it. I did look at YouTube, I've found some guys that play it already and presumably been playing it for quite some time, and they are without exception absolutely amazing, very often getting full marks or thereabouts. Um, and they sometimes do these challenge games, the play alongs, and I don't get anywhere near their sort of scores. So I thought, wouldn't it be good? There may be other people out there that are just like me, maybe a more average player, someone that is more beatable, would be a bit more of an interesting challenge. So I'm going to post some of these videos, do challenges. I will do other game modes as well, some battle royale, which I've really been enjoying over the last 2 or 3 weeks that I've been playing the game. So I will do some different game modes, but I thought I'll start with a challenge on Urban World. We'll put no move in, no time limit. I think having no move will just naturally limit the amount of time it takes to go through this video. I don't want it to be taking too long. But if you like the video or if you think there's potential here, please do subscribe, press the like button, leave me some comments, give me an idea of the sort of things you'd like to see in the future. That would be great. So without further ado, I think we get into the game, and I'll just copy the link for later, and off we go. So round one, where have they put us to start with? As I say, I've only been playing this for about 3 weeks, this game. Lots of improvement required. I'm hoping that maybe we can learn together. If you see things in these rounds that I'm missing, that are good tips, please do let me know. Maybe we can learn together and try and improve over time and challenge some of those big guns on the game. So, starting off, I'm not really picking up a lot of clues from this initial round. There's a couple of bits of text blocko. We've got a numplate over here. We see it doesn't look like it's Europe. There's no blue element on the left hand side of the plate. We've got the word amigo there, which suggests that we are going to be in a Spanish speaking country. But then we have a French word. So this is definitely going to be a very difficult round for me to start off with, and I'll end up, I think, probably just guessing here. The sun is, yeah, it's pretty much in the west, maybe slightly in the north, so we could be in the southern hemisphere, I think. It's probably what I would go for. Somewhere in South America, but I'm not really picking up a lot of clues in terms of where that would be. Alright, oh dear, not a good start. I think I'm probably going to go for Argentina. And I don't particularly know why. And it's got a few tall buildings. It's obviously a reasonable sized town or city. But I don't think, I have actually been to Buenos Aires. I don't think it's Buenos Aires. But that's a fairly large place as well. I haven't been all over it. But let's go for, maybe let's go for Cordoba and see how we get on. It's in the middle as well, so it's a bit more central to the continent as well as Argentina, which might help us. Right, wow, so we were completely off. Only 273 points, that's painful. So really quite far up Brazil. Fortaleza. Yes, so that was a very poor round to start with. Didn't pick up any clues really. I thought that was very difficult. But as I say, if you saw something in there that would have helped me, please let me know. That's something that we can learn from in the future. Okay, round two. So something called Aztec. Again, we don't have any blue. It doesn't look like Europe either. It looks kind of American to me. Drury Plaza Hotel. Drury Plaza Hotel. So we need to try and get some clues as to what city we might be in. Alamo National Building. Okay, so that suggests to me that this could be Alamo National Building. This could be a city down in the south. And we're in San Antonio. Okay, good. So that's very helpful, and presumably East Commerce Street. Let's have a quick look at the map. See if we can find that in San Antonio. Reasonably central within the city, I would think. Looking at it, what direction are we facing here? Actually, Mon Alamo Center. So a lot of Alamo mentions. So it's something I can look for as well. So I'm not entirely sure actually if this sign relates to this street here or this street. So we're kind of east to west here and north to south on this road as well. I would think it probably relates to this, but I'm not 100% sure. So north to south. There's a mention of Alamo here. South Alamo Street, but no mention of the buildings that I can see. It's not quite the right grid setup, is it? It says west actually, doesn't it? So does that mean we have to go over to the west to try and find that? As I mentioned, I don't want to spend too long trawling through places. Definitely, I mean, I don't get perfect scores anyway, but I'm not looking for one in this inaugural video. I think that, I mean, I'm pretty happy having San Antonio, to be honest with you. Nothing's really jumping out of me in terms of those buildings, or I cannot say the road name either. So I think I'm just going to go for something reasonably central, maybe a little bit to the west. I don't know if that's how the road names work. So I've just seen this. Let me just have a quick zoom in here. Or is that, I wonder if that's more residential. It did look like office buildings. So I'm thinking somewhere reasonably central. I'm just going to go over here. And we'll see how we get on. Okay, so we're actually too far west, but we've got a very decent score, just 10 points off because of being 1.8 miles away, so very happy with that. If I spent longer, maybe I would have found that. And there's the Commerce Street, so West Commerce there. So I did have that wrong. It was the other way around, so that's east to west pretty much. But let's go into the next round and see how we get on here. Okay, so it's very red looking soil on the road there, which is probably meant to tell me something, but it's not something I have in my repertoire at the moment. No sign. There's a sign there, but that's much too far away. So I'm not sure we can get much from these buildings either. There's a lot of palm trees. Oh, there is a sign here, sorry. Let's zoom in, let's see if we can see that. Elizabeth Royal I can't really see that. I think it might say apartments, Elizabeth Royal Apartments, which isn't giving me a place name at all. So this is going to be another blind guess. Some distinctive curbs here as well. I have seen a few rounds with similar curbs, but off the top of my head I cannot remember where they were. But something English speaking, but warm, tropical possibly. And I can't even see what side. Or maybe he's driving on the left. So could this be in Africa? I think it's either Africa or it's in East Asia. Somewhere like Malaysia maybe. But I'm not sure if I remember the curbs. I'm not sure if I remember the curbs being like that in either place, to be honest with you, that I've seen so far. So I think, again, it's just going to be a bit of a guesswork here. I'm going to go for Africa. It's the first thing I mentioned. And I think, we're looking, as I understand it, at these countries, Kenya also on there as well, but I think left-hand drive, I don't think it looks like Kenya. So I think somewhere reasonably central, I guess, would probably make sense. Let's go for that. Oh, it's Uganda as well. I didn't realise Uganda was a option. Okay, you live and learn. So right in Kampala. Okay, good to know. So red roads, Kampala, and we only got 542. I say we. I'm shifting the blame for this mess already. But nearly 2,000 miles. That's a long way away. Again, sort of, I suppose, taking the positives from it, I did get the continent, which is something at least in these early days. Let's move on to round 4. Casa de Crédito Popular, which sounds Spanish, but we did on round 1, we did make a mistake around that as well. And okay, that's interesting. So there's a blue stripe on the left, which makes me think it's Europe, but there appears to be a yellow stripe on the right, which I'm not familiar with. Is that a dot? Is that a domain name? .te? No, I don't think so. Liga.te. I don't know what that would relate to if it was a domain. Can't pick anything up from that car. Random bird symbol, which isn't going to help me. Okay, don't think we're going to be able to. We can see Medico Dentaria, so it definitely looks to be Spanish. It's just a question of whether I don't know if Spain have yellow patches on the number plates, yellow stripes on the right hand side there. Is there anything I can pick up from these windows? Maybe they might have a place name in them. No, don't think so. That's a shame. So we're left in a position again of going for something de Egas Moniz. That's a Facebook link. I think that's probably it could be the road. Could be the road and the number. Fortunately, I was hoping maybe that would give me a town. No, I'm not getting anything from that. Okay, so yeah, we're left in a position where, again, we're going to have to do a bit of a blind guess here. And just go for somewhere in Spain. There's a roof. I wonder if that maybe was a mountain in the distance there, but it's a roof. Yeah, so nothing else to be gleaned from the map, I don't believe. So let's go for this, and again, hope that I'm not a long way away. And I'm just going to use that technique, I think, of going right in the middle, in hope that it narrows down any distances. Oh, okay, so we're in Portugal. Wow. So I think this is telling me this game, 2 rounds now, I've mistaken Spanish for Portuguese. So I could do probably with just buffing up a little bit on my Portuguese and Spanish, and seeing whether I can pick out the differences a bit more clearly. 3,622 points, not the worst score, but yeah, not great. I'm not heading for a fantastic score, not even over 10,000 points at the moment. I think really I should be looking to try and get over 15,000 points in a game, and that's not going to happen this time. So last round, let's see what we can find here. So got a cafe called Zucky. That's a clothes shop called Zucky. There's a cafe next door. Few tall buildings, so presumably a reasonable size city or town. A city, I would think. Can't really read that clearly. Terrazas, it looked like. There's a subway. Again, nothing here helping me too much. Accumulada. So I think I'm at the risk of thinking anything Spanish at this point, and I'm going to be doubting myself now. Maria das Frutas. It does sound Spanish, but so did the last round. Nothing there in terms of place name. No. Not picking anything there either. Some of these names don't look particularly Spanish though. I mean, that Horta looks Spanish. I think that says comida. It's difficult to read, but that I think is a Spanish word. But sabuni, sonio. So that again makes me think maybe that's Portuguese. Sonio. There's a sort of structure of words that I didn't see in the last map, which might have helped. Not sure. Orthodontic clinic, possibly, I think. Have we got any blue stripes on these number plates? I don't think we do, so we could be looking at South America. Could be looking at Brazil here. Wow. Okay, so there actually appears to be quite a lot. Bradesco. I think Bradesco is a Portuguese, Brazilian bank. Okay. So, I mean, Brazil's a big place. It's not exactly going to narrow it down that much. I could really do with a city name. Reus. Nothing there. I don't think that's going to help. And let me just pan around for these vehicles and see if there's anything on the vehicles that may help me. Nothing there. There is a little sign here, but you can't see it. No. And again, that side, Terrazas, but I don't think there's anything there that's going to give me a place. So I we'll see, but may have narrowed it down to Brazil. Pretty sure Bradesco is a Brazilian bank, but I don't think there's anything else here that's going to help me. It's got black number plates. Again, not familiar with the number plates in Brazil, but I mean, that looks white. That looks white, so maybe there's a mix here. Could be from neighbouring countries. So that's not going to help me. Okay. So reasonably tall buildings. I think it's got to be a pretty big city. But which one do I go for? Okay, the road is pretty much east to west. Let's zoom in on Brazil. It's probably worth me just going for one of the Sao Paulo or Rio. I can't see any hint of water or road numbers, so that's not going to help me either. Let's have a quick look at the road directions generally. Let's have a look at Sao Paulo. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty random, really. It's not going to help me. So, I don't know. I'm thinking Rio for some reason. So I'm going to go back and probably go for this side of Rio. Reasonably in the middle of that west side. Okay, so not huge distance away, I mean, relatively speaking. 200 miles, nearly 4,000 points. Belo Horizonte. Just scroll in here quickly just to see. That's much more grid based actually, that section of it at least. But at least again we got the country. So what did we get in total? 13,375. Not a great score, extremely beatable I think. But please do give it a go. Maybe I'll leave it a week and look at the scoreboard and can share that as well if that's of interest. But I will be back with another video on a different map. Thanks for watching.